It is cold this morning. It's Sunday, September 17th. Very cold morning. But we're here to talk web development. I tried this earlier, yesterday. It didn't work out, so we're here again today. Hopefully we have some people show up and we can just talk about it. You know, I thought people would show up yesterday, but surprisingly, people are doing things on Saturday night. So, you know, who would have thought, huh? So, here we are. I'm trying to get as many live streams out as possible. One, of course, to add content. Two, to interact with you guys. And three, to help me get to my goal of hitting 100 YouTube videos. So, you know, it's really a challenge, but it's something that I just want to do. Hey, let's see. Someone, what's up? I'm sorry, Sobakar. You know, I did read your comments yesterday. I've just been busy and I haven't been able to check out your site. So I apologize about that. But you know, we're live now, so if you have any questions about web development or graphic design, let me know. Let me go ahead and get this. There's this yappy dog out here. Hey Jamal, what's going on? Did you finish the final project? No. No, I did not. I've been doing a lot of studying though. So it's not like I haven't been doing anything. I have a book called Pro Mern that I cracked open. I think I'm like maybe 20% of the way done with it. I'm gonna do that all today, but you know, life just happens. I've been wondering, like, why can't I do this, or how come I feel so behind? You know, you got to take stock of where you're at, and so I don't have as strong of a command over the language as some people do. So I've been doing algorithms for the past 4 days, and excuse me, for 4 days straight. I didn't do it yesterday. We'll get back to that. But what? Oh shit! It's the legend, coding tutorials / engineer truth co-host, Dylan. What's up, man? All about that React project for real, right? Like, I've just been on I can't think now. I've just been trying to do all other things like algorithms, like Dylan here. I was just about to talk about you. Like, when we talked, like, you know, and you asked me about the project, I could see that you had a significant there was a significant experience gap. And so when you were talking about algorithms, I was like, man, that's what I got to get on. And then someone else was talking about algorithms, and I'm like, that's so whack, yo. But now now I definitely have to do this. Like, I definitely have to get better at it. But just after like 4 days or so, I've seen a huge increase. Yeah, Dylan's dope, man. Better get it soon. Word on the street is prices going up to 2. Tell me about it, right? Like, I want to be like, yo, can I get that discount? I'll still do videos for you. Y'all got them discounts. But yeah, Jamal, definitely look into it if you have a strong grasp over, even if you don't. Like, just doing this program has made me realize where I am with like programming. I got really good at CSS and graphic design and semantic HTML, all the easy, quote unquote, easy stuff. But now it's made me take a hard look at my JavaScript stuff. So yeah, which course are you talking about? He's probably talking about the React.js course, man. He with Udacity. Let me see if I can find it and pull it up. Like, let me see if I can find it. Like, I've never pulled it up in my life. Bro, you're taking a break? It's 11. Dylan, you taking a break? It's like, what, 11 o'clock over there? Oh man, I've been like, it has been a struggle, I'll tell you that. Just getting all these videos done. I got 4 videos done yesterday. I went to Pocatello, which is 45 minutes down the road. Came back, did all that jazz, talked to friends, like, you know, stuff that suckers do. Let's take a look here. Let me see if I can find the right screen. Here we go. All right, so here's Udacity, and here's the degree thing. I mean, that's pretty much what my whole channel is based on. So just look at any of those things, but not the classroom. We just want Udacity. Yeah, and if you guys have any questions, shoot them over. That's what we're here for. Without any questions, it's just me talking about how dope I am DOPE. Yeah, here's Udacity. So check it out. Let's see what we got in the comments. He's talking about the React Now degree program. Yep, you know. So what's everyone else been up to? What have you guys been doing? Oh man, whoops, that's not the right screen. Let's see. There we go. Trying to get this OBS down. Dylan, what have you been up to? Dylan, Coding Tutorials 360. I kind of know what you've been up to, but just to like let these guys know. Is it getting colder down there in Florida? I feel kind of stupid asking that. Here it is getting like super cold. Like I don't want to be out here. But yeah. Sowokar says Coding Tutorial 360. Your giveaway helped a lot, man. I want to thank you. Well, and thank him. Are you talking about the giveaway with Stephen Greider and his course on React? That guy's pretty awesome. He has courses on Webpack as well, and I recommend you look into it. I use the Create React app for some of these things, but it's like a bunch of magic, a bunch of stuff I don't know. So I want to go through Webpack. Actually, I have been with this Pro Mern book. Now, I don't recommend you use the Pro Mern book, but I'll show it to you anyways. It's pretty dated, and it came out just like March 2017. And like in the book, it's using like the JSX file, and we don't do that. Yo, what the heck? Look at this. Hold on 1 second. This is what Pro Mern is all about. Like a bunch of lotions. Okay, let's take a look here. Like I cannot pull it up. You know, I have it here, but I don't want to show you that. Pro Mern React.js. Let's take a look. There we go. So here's the book right here, Pro Mern. You know, it has a lot of cool stuff in it, but like I said, it is too dated. Like if I didn't know all the stuff I did now about React, I wouldn't know that a lot of this stuff has changed. Still a cool book if you're looking to go full stack. I suggest checking it out if you have a lot of experience or have been or familiar with a lot of that stuff, Node and all that stuff. So yeah, anyone else have questions or want to thank anyone for anything? So cold out here. All right, that's dope. Well, you know, this has been great. No, I mean, what else could we talk about? You know, I guess the struggle. Oh, Jamal says, that is a problem with books. They're dated and a waste of money. Video tutorials is the best in my opinion. You know what? I just did a video on that. And I'm going to upload it later, and you're going to have to see it later. I did a whole video just on books versus tutorials or online tutorials, in my opinion. So, you know, we can talk about it, but I don't want to talk too much about it because that would make you not want to watch it. But I do have a bunch of videos. I guess I could tell you all about that. Let me see here. Whoops. Go back. We are going to do videos by we, I mean me. They're all on here. It's a secret. My YouTube gear, my YouTube software, video tutorials, and how to use Quora as a programmer. You know, a lot of these things are for beginners, so might be something to take in with a grain of salt. The books versus online tutorials, Quora, of course, if you haven't used it. But the video one, I think, will be really interesting because I have a lot of shit. I have a lot of gear, and I'm excited to share it with you because I don't really share it with anyone else. Jamal says, nice. I don't know what that means. Like, what's that in reference to? But nice, bruh. Sobakar says, I know HTML, CSS, intermediate JavaScript added with Bootstrap. Do you know less cheaper React course except Stefan Greider's? Andrew Mead has a new one, and it's on Udemy. I haven't used it myself, but you can look there. I mean, just take whatever you can get, really. and try it out and then switch it. $500 is a lot in my country for now. $500 is a lot in my country, and I live in the US. So, you know, I feel you on that, man. Of course, the React tutorials, there is a lot of stuff on YouTube. Tim Knight has some good stuff. I use his stuff on Skillshare, but I found out that he actually has his own stuff here. So let me see, React Redux. I'm just pulling him up here. Oh, you know what? Let me go ahead and share the screen with you. I can't figure it out. All right, here we go. Learn Code Academy, of course. The new Boston, that guy's really good. He's like really good at explaining stuff. So there's one that I would use, is the new Boston. I can't find Tim here. Let's see. React Redux, Tim Knight. Dude, I cannot find this guy. But if you see anything with Tim Knight, that guy's the way to go. He's on Skillshare, although I don't recommend Skillshare for like coding. They don't have a ton of stuff there. I just have like a ton of free months because I have so many referrals. Let's see. Cheaper ones: Andrew Mead, Stephen Grider, Tim Knight. Of course, the tutorials on Facebook for React. And those are the main ones. The new Boston. Check them out. You know, look at where you're at and try to make something. I had a book that was actually pretty good, but it's outdated on React. Let me see if I can find it. Let's go back here. This one, Learning React. It was really well designed, and it'll give you the core concepts. And you can get a Kindle version for 17 bucks. So hopefully that answers your question. But you know, let me know. Anyone else have any questions this morning? You know, you gotta love these slow frame rates, this slow internet. That's what it's like, and it's not just like me. It's this whole area. We don't have we don't have fast internet. But yeah, doing all these live streams is a challenge. So that's why we do them, to get better. I want to get better at live video. I want to get better at presenting or talking in real time. So when I have to give like a presentation or something, I'll be ready. Granted, I'm sure I have a lot more experience than a lot of people, but you know, just sharpening the axe or getting as good as possible is always gonna make a great impression. I'm sorry if I'm butchering your name, man. Sobarkar S says, yes, that was helpful. Hey, can you check futureleaderprogram.com and give suggestions if possible? Should we do that now? I guess we can do that now. If I can make it work. Is it worth it? Let me work it. That's actually an old lullaby that my grandma used to sing to me when I was little. Is it worth it? Let me work it. All right, let's go ahead and switch this over here. So many camera angles. I'm just not familiar. Sorry, the Future Leader program cannot be cut. Oh, because I forgot the .com. Whoops. All right, let's try that again. futureleaderprogram.com. It's loading up here. Ooh, it's nice. I like this color scheme. You have justified lines. I don't know if I'm crazy about that. I mean, they look nice in columns, but when you have to read all that, it can be tiring on your eyes. You get what's called rivers. So if you look here, there's like spaces, and your eyes will actually subconsciously follow down these rivers instead of focusing on the words. There's one thing, but overall, I mean, it looks a hell of a lot better than what my stuff used to look like. The read more, nice, fade in. And CEO, I would get a higher res image if you can. I don't know if this is for you or someone else, but you know, these low res images, man, You can use semantic HTML to like give different versions too. Like it will determine like the retina display. I can't remember off the top of my head how you do that, but there's a course on Pluralsight that talks about it. If you want to look into that, we can definitely do that. All the contact information, overall it's not too bad. These hover effects are nice, but it's time for the real test. Let's go ahead and make it responsive. Alright, let's see here. Let's see what it looks like on an iPhone 5 screen. Looking good, looking good. I don't know, I might want to shrink this text, but that's just a personal preference. Like, but I mean, how can you do that when it's responsive, you know? So that might be being picky. I mean, you definitely can, but you know, how much is too much? See, here's one of those rivers. Especially like if you're on a smaller screen, I would left justify that so you don't get this here. I think we could do that even right now. Give me just a moment here. Text align left. There we go. You can see, even though it's kind of funky, it has this line here that will help your brain kind of comprehend that. You might, or center even, just so you don't get those nasty rivers. Let's try center. That's better, you know. Center, justify. I can't do it. I can't remember how to do it. But you know, there are some tips there. Text is super important. You know, some more rivers there. Let's go ahead and center those. And it may not look the best, but you're going to have better text. So those are a few suggestions, but make sure everything matches. So if you're going to do these on the center, make sure these are center too, and that's just, you know, for the phone. Oh, what about this? Is this just like a bootstrap thing? Yeah, it's just some basic jQuery stuff. Not bad. No, it's not the worst thing. I would try to get a better logo, but I understand if that's not up to you. Anyone else have some questions? Let me fix this here. Does that help? What's up, Sheldon? What's going on? Were you the guy that asked for me to review my my kit, like my gear? Hey, Subarkar, thanks for the feedback. I really appreciate that. I'm trying to get better at these videos, so it's nice to know that someone thinks so. Let's change this up. Oh, there we go. It is cold. My mocha is cold. I'm at Cool Beans. Hashtag not sponsored. Hashtag wish I was sponsored, but not. Yo, I don't think I asked today. Where's everyone coming from? What's everyone working on? Let me know. I want to know what's up. Yeah, the review was awesome. Thanks, Sobakar. And that's just, you know, those are just HTML, CSS things. When it comes to JavaScript, I'm getting better. Definitely a lot better. But I myself have a long way to go. I would use jQuery to do some conditional logic, but I'm sure you know a lot about that. That's kind of the nice thing about web development, is it's not all linear, you know. It's not like, well, now I know this and I got better at this. Technically, you know, HTML, CSS, JavaScript, but people go in different directions. Yeah, I'm sorry, Sabakar, about the slowness of this thing. So I'm sorry about that, but that's just where it is. I gotta find another place with faster internet, because this is about as fast as my house. Well, if it's this slow, why not just do it there, you know? And it's mostly this area. It's not the fastest. Cable One is a provider, but Cable One is actually, like, they have a cap. Like, they have data limits, like your phone, like 300 gigabytes, and I'm not going for that because I'm like a super power user when it comes to the internet. So you might get really fast speeds, but you don't get a lot of data. So I use CenturyLink, and it's kind of slow even on the fast packages. Anyone have any questions? Anyone want to tell me where they're from? I think we do this all the time. But in case you're new or you're looking at this later and you don't know where I'm from Idaho. So Idaho on the east side. Boy, that sounds weird. The east side of Idaho. So basically where there is a small population. There's like 2 big cities, Pocatello and Idaho Falls. And I live in Idaho Falls, and I am from Pocatello. Don't come and murder me, please. So, but yeah, if you're ever coming through this area, for sure, hit me up. You know, let me know. Boise, if you're around Boise though, that's kind of far. That's like 3.5 hour drive away. So I won't be able to hit you up there. Oh yeah, that's right, Trinidad and Tobago. I was actually thinking about you, Sheldon, because of Hurricane, oh my gosh, I can't even remember the names now. I know Jose, Hurricane Jose, and what was the other one? Irene, Irma. I feel so uncultured and so out of the loop right now. But yeah, that's good. I'm glad it didn't hit you or anything like that. So, and how are the web projects coming with your stuff? You know, I know you're from a smaller place and you want to do web development, but you're in a smaller area. Tell me how that's going. And Sabarkar says you're from Nepal. Yeah, I think we've talked before. Nepal. That's pretty far, man. But that's the great thing about this web stuff is we can meet up online and have a conversation. Nothing like cold mocha. I don't know how much longer I will be live streaming. If you guys don't have any more questions, I'm gonna probably go head inside because I'm cold and schedule out all these videos. Yeah, here we go. And then I got to get on this React Redux stuff again. I've really got to hit it hard so I can catch up because I'm behind. But in that same breath, I've been getting better at my straight up JavaScript because of these algorithms. And then I've also done some ProMern, and that book is really cool because it does validate that I've learned a ton. It talks about MongoDB. I know a lot of that. Node.js and Express. I know a lot of that. So when he's setting up these files, like, okay, I know what that means. It's not just some, you know, random code. Just type it in and just, it will be fuzzy and you'll get it later. I'm actually understanding that. Same with React. But I don't think the ProMern book actually goes into Redux. He probably didn't even have Redux when he did that book. So, you know, Sheldon says, thanks. I'm trying to get free code camp for a certificate. Do you do freelancing? Very occasionally, but yes, I do freelancing. That's you know, you got to get started. I think Dylan from Coding Tutorials 360 was actually talking about like Upwork and trying to get your name out there, so that might be an option. I myself am personally not a fan of online work, but excuse me, sorry about the table shake there, but that's because I'm in an area that's really small. There aren't a lot of people that do this, but everyone needs it, so I can just do it in person, and I can pick and choose my clients. So I prefer to do in person and talk to people. Actually, I know a lot of people don't like going in and talking to people, but I can see who they are, what the business is about, and a lot of this is because of my experience working with a ton of businesses. I think I did like over 20 different businesses with social media, and so I can help shape what the website should be and have it match the actual store and the personality and the brand identity and all that stuff. That's a tangent, but yeah, do Upwork if you have to. And of course, I recommend starting out with a business that you can work for, and then that adds to your portfolio. If you have to do it for free, you know, you have to do it for free, but then you have something for Upwork even that you can say, hey, I can do this. Here's my personal portfolio. Here's some websites I've done. And so maybe you can command a higher price. Henry says, good path into learning React after HTML and CSS. Just go JS and React. Yeah, I mean, we were talking about this earlier, algorithms to get good at JS, JavaScript, and then also you're going to want to know JavaScript 2015 or ES6 or not eHarmony, JS Harmony, but learn the map function, some API stuff. You don't really have to know jQuery, but at least know JavaScript and ES6, and do a few algorithms before you get in there. So that's what I would do, Henry. Sabarkar says, any suggestions for remote job, like working remote for some company? What skill set is required? Well, I don't know from personal experience, but from other people that I've watched their YouTube channels or talked with personally, those are usually the best of the best when it comes to remote. Like they're like the senior developers that are on their game because they have to be. They have to be responsible, and they're not going to be around to ask anyone. Granted, I feel like that's what I do all the time, but they know their stuff, and they have a lot of responsibility as far as I know. So they're trusting them with that, so they're good. They've worked there. Sheldon says thanks. As far as the code camp, I'm trying to get a code camp certificate. Yeah. Oh, you know what? And a code camp certificate is great. Not that the certificate itself is something that you want, but rather the actual what I'm trying to say here. Losing my focus. The actual experience that you get is what matters. Same thing with Udacity. Like, it cost me $500, and that hurts. And I want to get it done, and I don't want to lose my $500. You know, put some skin in the game. So yeah, that's what I think about certificates. Anyone else have any questions? What about requests for video topics? I have a few, but when you're putting out like two videos a week, and then you're doing live stream and doing some topics, that's why we kind of just switched over to Q&A. You can start to run out of topics. So, you know, when someone asked about my my gear, that was actually a really good one, and that might help expand my channel. For me, I've kind of slowed down these last couple of weeks as far as people watching, so I got to get that ramped up. You know, it's just something I want to do. I want to get to 100 uploads. That's one of my main goals. I don't know, there's just something about that, putting your cover letter or your resume or on your LinkedIn, 100 video uploads or 100 YouTube uploads, and it's just something I want. Not a lot of people can say that they've done 100 video uploads, so you know. So Bakar says, can we get some video tutorial making some project? Yeah. Oh yeah. The video on software will show you all the stuff that I use. Almost. I left one out on accident. I'll probably put it in the comments. I use Snagit to get screenshots, but you can do that with the print screen. It's not like that remarkable. I just prefer it, and it came with like a bundle. I got Snagit and Camtasia together a long time ago. And if you're wondering what those programs are, you're just gonna have to wait until the video comes out. I will release a video on gear, and then I'll release a video on software. But video tutorials, I don't know. We might go down that route. Let's see. I got to see how successful those videos are. I have to kind of branch out because I've really super niched myself down to Udacity, and it's starting to not be effective anymore. But that doesn't mean I won't do my weekly vlogs. That's something that's more like a personal goal for me. Sheldon says, what laptop is good for programming? My own is kind of slow. Do you do photography? I do. I have done photography a lot. I don't do it a ton, but I probably do photography maybe once a month or maybe a little more, and like taking the camera raw files. A good laptop. You know, I haven't bought a laptop in over 2 years. I would say if you're going to do photography and graphic design and video editing, you want to get a beefy laptop with at least 16 gigabytes of RAM, maybe like a solid state drive if you can afford it, Core i7 processor, of course. I'm trying to get one of those higher end Core i7 processors, or maybe an i5. You're gonna have to do some work because I haven't done this in a long time. Let's see. Yeah, just try to get some as high as you can. It makes a huge difference too. When I upgraded my processor to I had like an AMD, and then I upgraded to like a I think it was like a 5740 Ki. Anyways, it was an i7, and it was a huge difference. Oh, and graphics cards. Make sure you have a really nice, well, make sure you have a dedicated graphics card, and try to get the best one you can get. So Barker says, mine is 4 gigabytes and it sucks. Well, you know, for programming and stuff, I don't think you need a ton of power. It's more like for video editing and graphic design and stuff. That's where you need that stuff. And you can still get by if you have like 8 gigabytes if you're just doing like Photoshop. But for video editing and Photography, you're going to want to go a little bit higher, and photography, you don't have to go as high, but video editing, you want to go, get up there with that. If you're doing more advanced stuff like me, for sure, where you're cutting stuff, doing multiple scenes at once, and like all the fly-ins. If you're doing like on-screen stuff, it doesn't take as much CPU as far as I've experienced. What other stuff? Sheldon says, make a simple website for a company and do it like a tutorial, like Traversy Media. Oh, like me? Are you asking if I could do that? Because you know what? I already have someone in mind. They do coffee. Not these people though. Brew House, but I've really got to get on my own stuff. Like I got to redo my website, like my portfolio website. But that won't come until after this React project. But I'm getting excited because I know that I'm getting a lot better at everything, and I'm expanding my social media presence with YouTube. I'm learning more about JavaScript and React, and even the back-end stuff, and it's exciting. I'm getting better at CSS. I made a whole website with SCSS, no Bootstrap. That was awesome. Learned a little bit more about design, a lot about UX when I went through that. Any other questions, guys? Any other questions before I call it a day and get to work? Oh, Sabarkar says, what method do you use to get out when burnout happens due to coding? I have this passion with YouTube, and that's something I do. But sometimes I get burnt out doing that. I try to exercise a little bit, but I'm really busy. So I do a lot of cooking, a lot of cleaning. I don't really have that. That usually gives me a break. Too much of a break, and I'm itching to go back. Sheldon, you can send me your portfolio, but I don't know when I'll get around to it. So take it with a grain of salt. But you can if you want. And I'll take a look at it, but no promises. So I'm like super busy. I shouldn't be doing this live stream, but got to get up to those 100 videos, and I had to come here anyways for the fast internet, so I could upload these. Whoops. Anyone else have any questions? This is like cold as ice now. Yuck. Ugh. I'm not seeing any questions. What do you guys think about the live streams? I know someone said they're getting better. Do you think I'm getting better? Do you think I'm getting stagnant? And don't try to shelter me and protect my feelings. I want to know the truth. Well, no one has anything to add in the comments. That's all right, man. So I guess we'll call it a day. I'm gonna go inside and upload these videos and do all the SEO on YouTube and schedule them out, and I look forward to sharing them with you guys. And if you're watching this later, don't worry about excuse me. Go ahead and leave a comment if you have any questions, and I will try my best to get to it. All right. Yeah, Sheldon says the live streams, but once you don't make yourself look crazy. What do you mean, look crazy? What you trying to do? You trying to start some beef? Let me know. Thanks to Bakar. I appreciate you guys coming here, and I'll talk to you later. See ya.